I recently won the evaluation speech contest at the club level, and I really wanted to share this in case if you are also contesting. And to those who don't know what is it, it is all about evaluating a speech and how well you can evaluate it, how well you can give the feedback, and how appropriately you can explain the good points and the flaws.
Contestant number 3, Afreen Nas.
In a world where speeches come and go, a speaker dares to do more than speak. Story that pulled us in, emotions that held us still, and the journey which all of us can relate to. This was not just a speech, this was an experience. Now, let's take a closer look. I will start my evaluation by celebrating the masterpieces first, then shift to the unfinished frames that call for attention, and finally conclude to touch-ups or recommendations that can transform this work into a masterpiece. Let's start with celebrating the masterpieces first. Speech title, Stephanie, the stage. Very brilliant, catchy, and enticing. Opening was done with a question to the audience. When you come on the stage, do you feel fear? And continued with few more questions. Do you know public speaking fear is more than the fear of death? And so on. You came up with a lot of doubts and all those whispers that goes around in our head when we are on stage. And yes, we could all relate to that fear. Very dramatically presented. Next thing which I really liked, the concept of how you name the stage Stephanie and visualize the stage as a person who is teasing you, challenging you to be better and better. That had humor, emotions, and you talked about guts. Third thing which I really liked was the hand gestures, expressions, eye contact. Acting was top notch. Voice modulation was appropriate and you aced all those pauses, hands movement, and you smiled throughout. Now, let's talk about the unfinished frames that calls for attention. So, you chose a topic which was highly relatable to all of us, but you didn't share any one of your personal experience. Now, that was a major missing. When you started, I was really looking forward to some of your personal experience. Maybe a story where you felt embarrassed in front of the people, or maybe you felt nervous. Maybe you would have talked about the audience reaction. So I felt if you would have incorporated a personal experience, the speech would have been more better. Now let's move ahead to the recommendations or the final touch-ups. So as your gestures, hand movements, everything was great, I would suggest you to do a lot of stage movement here and there so that we can see more of you. You were doing all those gestures by standing in a one place. So if you would have moved around the stage, it would have been so good. So, yep, lastly, I would say, this was the kind of speech which doesn't end when the speaker sits down. It stays, it follows you. So you did an amazing job, and with a little touch-up, you can definitely ace it. Contest master.
Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps.